Hello and welcome to HOMO Politicus. This is Enterprise Television. Kingsley Bass is my name. Let's talk politics. And yes, we're looking at grassroots politics today. Last Saturday, Rivers State held its local government elections across more than 6,000 polling units. And the result was a major win for the All Progressives Congress, clinching 20 of the 23 local government in Rivers, with the PDP taking just 3. Well, this result is a first in Rivers State since democracy returned in 1993. And the declared winners were on Monday's morning at the government house in Port Harcourt, where Vice Admiral Ibok-Ete Ibas, retired, the state's sole administrator, swore in the 23 newly elected chairmen. Ibas didn't mince words in talking to them. He reminded them that holding public office isn't a prize but a duty. And this swearing in for some marks more than just new local leaders. It's a pivotal step to restore democracy in Rivers State after some 6 months. And that's an extended period of turbulence and federal intervention. For some other persons, the focus remains the legitimacy of the suspension of Governor Sim Fubara. Indeed, this was the legitimacy of a local government election conducted under the administration of the sole administrator. I'm joined today by the State Publicity Secretary of the All Progressives Congress in Rivers State, Darlington Waldrew. He joins me virtually. Many thanks for joining me, Darlington. Appreciate your time.
Yes, good afternoon. Thank you for having me. It's wonderful being here.
Yeah, many thanks for being here too. Well, let's get first your assessment of the local government election last Saturday. It's safe to say congratulations to you and your political party, the All Progressives Congress. But we know that behind such congratulations would be underlying internal party, skirmishes. But first, without going into controversy, maybe not yet, congratulations on the victory. 20 local government, the very first since 1999.
I accept your congratulations, and I would also quickly say that like you rightly said, some of the things that we need to understand as students of power and those interested in democracy and democratic practice is that at every point in time, we must be careful never to reward or support or promote or project political bad behaviors. I said this because you've made a veiled reference to the internal skirmishes in the All Progressive Congress in Rivers State. And it will be foolhardy of me to get off this show without having to address some of the issues that we have had in the past 21 months. And so, yes, the APC has won elections in Rivers State, but on the other hand, there are still some underlying issues, and in fact, as we speak, there is still the controversy of who truly are the legally recognized or validly nominated chairmanship candidates of the party. And so maybe as we progress, we might be able to look into some of the issues and see if we can dissect them within available time. If not so, we'll schedule another time to talk more about the issues, because there are a whole lot of issues bedeviling or rocking the APC as far as Rivers State is concerned.
That's an interesting note there, because even though for the first time the your party is dominating, at least at the grassroots level, in the states. It still leaves a bitter taste, in the party because of the internal wranglings within the party in the state. That said, let's talk about the process itself. One man seems to be very satisfied, who's not an official member of your party, and say official consciously. I'm talking about the Federal Capital Territory Minister Nyesom Wike. He's spoken, satisfactorily about the election in a recent media chat with selected journalists. How do you, from your assessment as a publicity secretary of the party, of the All Progressives Congress in Rivers, what's your assessment of a local government election held, conducted under this administrator, the sole administrator, not an elected governor, a duly elected governor, Governor Sim Fubara?
Now, let me quickly say that in as much as I appreciate the sentiments that anybody outside of our political platform will share concerning what has happened last week, Saturday, I would quickly say, like you rightfully structured the question, the process leading up to the elections is very important, that we do a post-mortem of the processes, which I'm ready to debate anybody at any point in time concerning these issues. Let me also say, without fear of equivocation or contradiction, that between 1999 and the last general elections that was held in 2023, we have never had a perfect electoral system. And that is also the reason why each National Assembly that has come between 1999 and 2023 have always made an attempt at amending our electoral laws. That is the Electoral Act. The 2010 Electoral Act has gone under several panel beatings. And this is aimed at making the system freer, making the process more credible, giving integrity to our electoral process, because the electoral process is key. If you want to attract foreign investments, if you want business people to be serious with the business or the investment climate in your country, then you must prove to them that you are able to conduct free, fair, and credible elections, that you are able to have and hold transparent system that has or that will throw up persons with credibility, persons rightfully and truthfully voted for by the masses of the people. Now, that said, let me also point out the fact that between 1999 and 2023, because I carried out my research work, my PGD, postgraduate diploma work on voter education amongst youth in Rivers State. And I'm aware that if you want to look at the distribution of the voting dynamics in Rivers State, you will agree with me also that between 1999 and 2023, we have not had up to 50% in terms of voter presence, in terms of voter participation. And so, whereas some persons have argued about the turnout of voters, I am trying to do a general postmortem now on the Saturday elections. And so, between 1999 and 2023, in terms of the general elections, we have not had up to 50%. In fact, it was the 1999 election that had the highest percentage from the research I carried out. And my research materials came from the electoral umpire. So it means that this is empirical evidences. So concerning local government elections in the whole of Nigeria, not just in Rivers State, you also agree with me that whenever it gets to states conducting local government elections, there has always been that characteristic apathy, wherein people will now abandon that tier of government or that layer of government to the whims and caprices of political operators and political stakeholders. And so and thank God, a media platform that has the duty to enlighten and to educate our people at every point in time. And so this is also an opportunity to call on our people, the Nigerians, not just Rivers people, to look at the third tier of government as a very delicate arm of government that people should take seriously, that people should participate in determining or deciding who leads them at that level. Because the more the merrier. The more population of persons we have participating at that level, the more we are able to hold leadership accountable, not just at that level, but at all levels. Because Nigeria is not on any other foundation, but the foundation is the 774 local government areas. It is these local government areas that make up the geographical expression called Nigeria. So I think, well, I may have deviated, but I want to use this as an opportunity to tell Nigerians to get serious with what happens with and at the local government systems nationwide.
Well, and that call is vital, Darlington, very quite vital. But let's talk. You did mention transparency, right, in the course of your last comment. And let's talk transparency. Let's talk this grassroots politics. And in looking at this election last Saturday again, the candidates that were announced, those who were on the ballot for your party, are not the same candidates your party. And by that, I mean, of course, if you like, permit me to use the word factions within your party. The one you belong to, and you're serving as the publicity secretary in the state, under the leadership of the chairman, recognized by the court, Emeka Beke. And then there's the leadership recognized by the party, that's at the national level, the National Executive Committee, and that's led by Tony Okocha. It is the candidates put forward by the Tony Okocha leadership that were recognized and, as a matter of fact, sworn in on Monday. What exactly is happening within the party in Rivers State? And what does this mean? What does this victory even mean when there is division, when you can't put forward a united front?
Well, it's an interesting question. I would have been surprised if you had not done enough research as to find out the political dynamics within the APC itself in Rivers State. I would have been hugely surprised. And maybe at the end of this interview, I would have been wondering if I should engage further with this platform after today. But I'm so happy that you did your background checks. And because journalism is all about researching to get your facts and your figures correctly. Now, I'm happy about that. Now, let me say this. Some individuals have alluded to what they refer to as the fractions or factions or divisions within the APC. And I have also argued that by the force of law, you cannot refer to Chief Emeka Beke as factional chairman of APC in Rivers State. It means that you are insulting not just our courts. You are also saying to whoever listens to you that there is no separation of powers and that the very Constitution, which has empowered our courts to interpret our laws, have no powers to do so. And so there are wider implications for any individual to not recognize the leadership of Chief Emeka Beke.
But
It goes
Darlington,
beyond.
that's exactly what the National Executive Council or committee rather of your party is doing,
Yes.
by not
No, I'm coming to
recognizing.
that. I'm coming to that. I am coming to that. I am coming to that. Because 20 minutes or 25 or 30 is never enough to discuss when it comes to issues within the APC, I must confess. Now, do not forget, I was trying to lay a background by telling you that this is the right thing to say or do. And so anybody trying to or attempting to deviate from saying or doing that right thing is himself, putting himself against the law, against our constitution, which has empowered our courts to so function. Now, on the 24th of November 2023, the immediate past national chairman of the APC, Alhaji Umaru Ganduje, unilaterally against our own very constitution, that is the 2022 amended 26 March constitution of the APC, went ultra vires, slandered our own very constitution, assaulted our constitution by announcing dissolution of validly elected executives of the party. And our constitution is clear for procedures and protocols for the discipline of party members. I am talking of members now, not even executives of the party. And so there are different layers which I can refer to as protocols for the sake of this discussion, that you need to go through in order to discipline one member, just a member. An ordinary, if you can say, refer to that person as an ordinary member. Talk more of an executive, a state executive of a political party called the APC. So Alhaji Ganduje went against our very constitution, withdrew his attention to his actions as being illegal, null and void in the face of our own very constitution. And Ganduje was not elected through Congress or by convention. And this is also the danger of handpicking or appointing people, rather. When you choose people through appointments, their loyalty will be to the few individuals who appointed them. It is far different from when somebody goes through the Congress of the party. And so Ganduje exhibited some very autocratic traits which are purely unacceptable in any democratic setting. And so after 9 months, the court nullified the actions of the National Working Committee. Let me also tell you that it was not just in Rivers State that Ganduje carried out such a lawless and illegal act. In Benue State, he attempted to do the same thing. And the courts in Benue State also nullified his actions, because the constitution is the constitution, whether you take it to Benue or you take it to Lagos or you interpret it in Zamfara or in Abuja. It is the constitution of the party. So the court interpreted the constitution of the APC and told him, you are completely wrong. You cannot go against the very constitution of your party. Well, and so flowing from that,
there was
flowing from that.
Yes. I was going to say that there was after that came Yewada, who's now the incumbent national chairman. Nothing has changed still, and the party continues to toe the line that you disagree with. But you did mention too that time won't permit that we stretch this conversation, but would need to.
I wanted to talk about the new national chairman, Yewada. Yewada is an academic. Yewada is a thoroughbred administrator. Yewada understands the fact that you cannot replace the constitution of your party with any other document. You cannot also, autocratically or decree your own opinion over and above the constitution of your party.
But it's
The
not
new
recognized.
national
It's not
chairman
recognized the the Meka Beke-led leadership still.
I can tell you for free that Professor Yewada will stand by the law.
All right.
And by the constitution of the party.
We'll see how that goes. Because of time and we've got to go very quickly. One last question, if you can, in 60 seconds, and maybe some other time we would reconvene to have this conversation about the internal wranglings within your party at the state level there in Rivers State. But yes, let's talk about the place of Governor Sim Fubara. The Federal Capital Territory Minister, without mincing words, he sounded so sure that with the conduct of the local government elections last Saturday, that the stage is now set for the president to recall, and that sounds funny, really, recall Governor Sim Fubara. Where does Governor Sim Fubara stand in the grand scheme of things? Some have said that his political might has been stripped completely. What do you say to close?
Well, politics being what it is very fluid, and it is very dangerous to begin to make prognostications. Since I am not a seer and I cannot wear the cap of a prophet, I would not know what will become of the governor. But all I know is that yes, Rivers State has a governor, elected governor, even though I never voted or supported him. But by the force of law, he is governor of Rivers State. And so everybody who comes and who lives and does business in Rivers State must understand the fact that Rivers State has a governor. And I respect that. And so we look forward to his resumption to office. Well, we are not discussing the circumstances that led to that unfortunate decision.
There will be time to discuss that, but I must say, and be real with you, that now your party they reign now. Apart from the fact that you have leadership at the center,
the internal issues will take care of itself.
Oh well, still now they reign. You have the support too somehow. The support of a man who's not a member of your party, using the federal might, as people would say. That's the Federal Capital Territory Minister, Nyesom Wike, to wield things in favor of the All Progressives Congress in Rivers State. But so, yeah, let's leave things there. Darlington Nwogu, he's the Publicity Secretary. Nwogu, pardon me. Yes, Nwogu, yes, thank you very much. He's the Publicity Secretary of the All Progressives Congress in Rivers State. I'm not going to put the factional, right? Let's leave things as you put it, with the force of law. That is what it is. But yeah, I'd like to thank you one more time for being a part of the conversation. Appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Well, that's HOMO POLITICUS today. Stop by the comment section. Let's know what you think. We will be reading, we'll be following the conversation as well. Kingsley Ibas is my name. We'll say may God continue to bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Bye for now.